Hello everybody. So, anyhow, it's story time again, because, something happened that I kind of want to share, because it was kind of weird and awful, but a part of it was kind of awesome, actually, in a terrible kind of way. So, anyhow, I was at the gym. You may have noticed that, I dodge roll an awful lot, and in order to be able to do that, I need to stay in shape. And, so I go to the gym. But, honestly, as you probably know, I'm unusually short, and I don't have very many friends, and, I tend to get kind of nervous, and, I actually go to a little people gym. Now, I'm not technically a little person. I'm human, you know, and so that makes me a big people. I'm not like a dwarf or a house elf or like a goblin or whatever. But, so technically I am a big person. And I don't call myself a little person. I don't go around saying I'm a little person. No, I'm just a person who is little. I'm just a short human. But, as long as I don't bother little people, they're okay with me. I don't enter myself like in a dwarf foot race or anything, for example, because, I mean, if I did that, that wouldn't be fair. I think I'm kind of a mediocre athlete as a human, but, I mean, I have never met a dwarf I couldn't outrun. And so, I mean, it just wouldn't be fair for me to be in, like, a dwarf foot race, because if I were, then I would win easily because of an advantage I was born with. That being a different body type. So, I mean, as long as I don't, mess with their competitions or whatever, as long as I'm just there to work out, and I'm nice. Little people don't mind me going to little people gym. But, I wish I could say that for everyone who's not a little person who goes to a little people gym, because when I was there was this troll that showed up. An actual troll, like huge. Like the size of about half a mammoth, which, I mean, for those of you from the capital region, that's like approximately the size of an Indian elephant. So, anyhow, this huge troll that's, about the size of an Indian elephant shows up. And is like, I identify as a dwarf woman. And then immediately proceeds to bench press an amount that I couldn't lift, and certainly that a dwarf woman couldn't lift. And then afterwards the troll's like, oh, I set the record now. I am the #1 dwarf woman in the world's weightlifting category. And I just, I'm not even a little person, but I just felt so angry. I was like, that's so wrong. You're not a champion record-setting little person. What you are is a mediocre troll. Like half the trolls who lift weights could lift more than that. But you just wanna dominate people who are smaller than you. That's contemptible. But I mean, I know athletes are competitive, and so one of the things that athletes do all the time is they cheat. A lot of athletes cheat. Troll athletes will actually cheat against other troll athletes by taking extra troll hormones. Like, they've already got troll hormones, they're already trolls, but they'll take extra troll hormones so that they can, get an edge over other trolls. And that's a big thing, and a lot of them do it. A lot of them have been caught. Some of the best troll athletes out there have been caught taking extra troll hormones in order to get, performance-enhancing troll hormones in order to get an advantage. But this was a new way of cheating. Is that basically this troll basically figured out that he could game the system by saying he identifies as a dwarf woman. And so because he identifies as a dwarf woman, he gets to lift against other dwarf women, who are actually really dwarf women, who can't lift nearly as much as a gigantic Indian elephant-sized troll. And of course, if you're actually born a dwarf woman, you literally have no chance in a competition like that. Because, I mean, even if you spent your entire life doing nothing but lifting weights, you're never going to be able to lift as much as, as a mediocre troll. Who's just a different body type and physically much bigger. until I was so unfair. And I was so mad. And I was like, you shouldn't be doing that, man. You shouldn't. He's like, how dare you? I'm a dwarf woman. I'm like, no, you're not. You're for starters, I mean, you've got a pipe this up. You have a large, you're slinging more pipe than, than a horse. So, yeah, one of those things is not like the other. We'll just say that one. And you're certainly not a dwarf. You're a gigantic troll. And then he's like, you're a Smurf. Smurf, go home. Smurf, go home. And then proceeded to explain to me that Smurf means a short, male exclusionary Republican freak. And I mean, I'm short. That's fair. I'm short. I've been short all my life. I'm not happy about it, but I mean, I'm used to it. I'm not going to complain. It's an accurate description of my body type, so I can't be mad about someone pointing that out. Male exclusionary. No, I'm not male exclusionary. I just think that if you're a gigantic troll man, you should compete against other male trolls, not against female dwarfs. That's basically unfair. That's not male exclusionary. I'm just saying, go to your own body type. Male exclusionary would be saying, you know what, I don't think males or trolls or whatever should have events. They should just lift heavy objects under bridges or whatever. And they should not have sports. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you should do sports against someone of your own body type. That's not male exclusionary. Just saying, that's any more than it's heavyweight exclusionary to say that a heavyweight boxer can't box in a bantamweight competition. It's not heavyweight exclusionary. You're just saying go to your own category so that you can have a fair competition. But Republican, I mean, what are that's fighting words. I mean, you call me a Republican, we will have words. I am a loyal subject of Candace, Grand Duchess of the province of Albion in the Great Maratha Empire. I am absolutely not Republican. I am about 60% loyalty to the monarchy. I'm about 60% loyal to the monarch. I have issues with the monarch, but I'm still about 60% loyal to the monarch. I feel like to be a Republican, you would have to be less than 60% loyal to Candace, the Grand Duchess of Albion. So no, that's completely unfair. That's unjustified. I don't know how Republicans, those people who want to get rid of our proud monarchy, I don't know how they feel about unfair competitions in weightlifting. But I do know that that wanting a fair competition, wanting dwarf women to have an event that they can really compete in, doesn't make you a traitor to the crown. I do know that much. Believing in fairness doesn't make you a traitor to the crown. So, yeah, that made me really angry. But I mean, it was a nicer version of Smurf than the one I got called last time, so I'll give credit where credit is due. It is better to be called a short, male exclusionary Republican freak than it is to be called a short, maladjusted, universally reviled friendless, or whatever the other one was. The other word suit. But then this is where the part of the story gets kind of awesome, because at that point another huge troll came in, and this troll was like, I knew him. I'd seen him before because he was actually like a trainer for the dwarf women. Like dwarf women, some of them have trainers who are like experienced athletes who aren't dwarf women, and he was one of them. Whoa. So, and then what he does is he's just like, well, in that case, I identify as a dwarf woman too. And then he was like, that's my biggest deep voice, I'm sorry, it's the best I can do. Bear with me. And so then he just picked up the same weights that the last guy had used, and he lifted it up so high, like higher than the other one did, and also lifted up the two dwarves who were spotting on the side at the same time. And he's like, well, now, like, I have the record. Now I'm the top dwarf female. I'm the top dwarf woman weightlifter in the world. So that record you just set, yeah, it's worthless now. And well, yeah. And then the first one made a noise kind of like that. And then went on complaining about how the the second troll to come in wasn't really a dwarf woman, it was just a troll. I'm like, oh yeah, wow. So you're actually up against someone with the same body type as you, and now you're complaining that it's unfair. Wow, that was awesome. But anyhow, yeah, that's the story. So yeah, I mean, really no improvement for, you know, for dwarf women who want to be like lifting weights, but I mean, well, at least that one troll didn't get to keep his ill-gotten, you know, record. And now I'm, I think trying to do that deep troll voice just kind of did in my voice. Or, you know, could be all of these diseases that people get in these cold northern climates. Honestly, England, not my favorite place. But anyhow, wait a minute, this isn't England, this is Scotland. What can I say? All the British Isles look the same to me. Anyhow, take care. Bye.